What's going on, everyone? Welcome to this video. So today we are going to jam for a little bit. So it is still January, and honestly, like at the beginning of the year, not often do we get a whole lot of music. I always feel like a lot of the new music, and even like a lot of the video games and movies, really start to come out more in the summer and the fall. And in the new year, we're kind of left with nothing. So I thought, let's talk about some music. Specifically, we are going to talk about some Scooby-Doo music. So, if you didn't know, Scooby-Doo has a wide range of music from all the movies, from all the series, from, just about anything. There's so much music in the Scooby-Doo franchise. So I thought I would make a top 10 list of my favorite songs from the Scooby-Doo franchise thus far. Now, this list does not include any of the theme songs. I am actually going to do a different video where I will rank all the Scooby-Doo theme songs in my own opinion. So, again, this is my own opinion. This is just what I have decided that I find myself listening to the most from the Scooby-Doo songs that are out there. And this really isn't in any order, honestly. Not until we get to like the top 5. So, but we're going to start from the bottom, go to the top. So 10 to 1. Okay? Okay. So, the first one I have on my list is from Scooby-Doo Goes Hollywood. And it is titled Ruby Cool Guy.
You're just a Ruby-Doo guy. A Ruby-Dooby, Scooby-Dooby, Ruby cool guy.
Now, if you haven't seen this film, Scooby is trying to make some test movies in a way, to show the TV producers and, what was his name? I can't remember his name that they were trying to show, but Shaggy and Scooby make a bunch of different films to show Scooby's acting skills, all the different ranges of acting skills that he can do, because he wants to get out of the whole Scooby-Doo in a way. So this song comes from a 1950s inspired film that they were trying to do, and so it's played on the jukebox, and they're like at like a burger joint type thing, where all the cool kids hang out and whatever. And so it's just one that's always kind of stuck out to me. Okay, number 9 on my list is titled The Aliens Are Here. So this song is from Scooby-Doo and the Alien Invaders. This is the third film of the original 4 films of Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost, Scooby-Doo and the Alien Invaders, and Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase. This is Scooby-Doo and the Alien Invaders. It is one of my personal favorites, and it's when they're basically running away from the aliens in this cave. Now, something to note, if you actually have the CD from the movie, they actually did release a soundtrack to this film. The version that's on the CD, the Aliens Are Here song, is different than the one that's played in the movie. I prefer the one from the movie, and I honestly don't understand why they changed the artist who did it for the CD, but Okay, number 8 on my list. I didn't know how to title this one because I don't think it has a title, but it is the song that plays during the opening credits of Return to Zombie Island. If you have not seen the most recent Scooby-Doo film that has released as of recording this, it was Scooby-Doo Return to Zombie Island, and at the very beginning, during the opening credits, they kind of did a montage to kind of show what happened in Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, because it had been like 20 some odd years since that film was released. So, it was a nice kind of refresher, kind of a catch-up, but I honestly love that song that they put during the opening credits. Again, I don't really know what the title is, but I enjoyed it so much that I am using it as my podcast theme song. If you didn't know, I have started a Scooby-Doo podcast titled Scooby-Doo Legend of the Podcast. It is on YouTube. It is on every podcast platform you could probably think of. We are into it now, so, you should go listen and catch up before we get too far. Number 7 on my list is The Ghost Is Here from Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
The ghost is here, is a crook in a suit. The ghost is here, he's protecting some loot. The ghost is here, I'll give him the food, he's fake.
Now this is technically the first song that plays in that film. It is when the gang have gotten back together and they are trying to find some real ghosts, real monsters, real supernatural beings, and they keep finding guys in a mask. Number 6 on my list is Don't Wanna Think About You. This is actually the credit song from Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed.
Don't wanna think about you, think about me. Don't wanna figure this out.
This is the second live-action film and actually the last Scooby-Doo film that has been released in theaters back in 2004 until this year when Scoob releases. I am excited to hear what music comes from Scoob, and I'm excited for the soundtrack to drop. I mean, it probably won't be until the day the film comes out, but hopefully we can get like a soundtrack list, kind of early, seeing what the songs might be, so hopefully. But yes, number 6 is Don't Wanna Think About You. This was performed by Simple Plan. Okay, number 5. We have made it halfway. My number 5 song is Done with Monsters.
No demonic beast and nothing to see.
It's time to relax, and that's what we're gonna do.
This song is from the film Scooby-Doo Music of the Vampire, which is actually a musical film. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. It is one of my favorites, but the whole film is actually a musical. It is one of the only Scooby-Doo musical films, other than, I guess you could kind of consider Scooby-Doo Goes Hollywood a musical. But this is the second song from that film, and it's basically the gang saying we're going on vacation and we're leaving behind the monsters and, just going to relax and whatever. And a little fun fact, when this originally came out, me and my best friend at the time, we still rode the school bus. We didn't have our driver's license yet. And so him and I memorized that song, and we each took parts. And so we sat like in the very back of the bus and would sit and like practice our parts to see. Yeah, anyway, it's... Number 4 on my list is Earth, Wind, Fire, and Air.
Earth, wind, fire, and air. We may look bad, but we don't care.
One of the Hex Girl songs. If you don't know who the Hex Girls are, they were introduced in Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost and then have come into some series, some episodes, and other movies. And this is one of their original songs that we were presented with Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. It has then been, kind of redone by them in the different films that they've been in, and the most recent is in Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, where actually Daphne kind of did her own version of it.
Earth, wind, fire, and air. We look bad, but we don't care.
Okay, we're down to my top 3, but before I reveal my top 3, I have a few honorable mentions that honestly just didn't quite make the list, but I still really enjoy. One of those is Scoobystition. This is from one of the more recent films, Scooby-Doo and the Curse of the 13th Ghost. It is like an 80s style type song, is fitting for the film because the series that film is closing was from the 80s, and honestly it just gets in my head, and I think that was the point of that song. Number 2 on my honorable list is When the Circus Comes to Town. This is the opening credits song that plays in the film Big Top Scooby-Doo. It's just one of those, it feels like a circus song, like a ringmaster would be singing it and whatever, but it's also kind of has kind of a creepy feeling in a way to it, and I just really enjoy it. And number 3, the last one on my honorable list, is Daydreamin from the classic episode of Scooby-Doo Where Are You? Jeepers, It's the Creeper. How can you not like this song when they're singing about being in love with an ostrich? Okay, we're down to my top 3 songs for Scooby-Doo. Number 3 is Trap of Love.
Trap of love, snared by desire. Trap of love, burned by your fire.
This song comes from Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. It is from episode 7 in Fear of the Phantom, and it is actually a song that Daphne sings because she's can't get Fred's attention, can't get his attention away from traps, and so when she's going on stage to kind of decoy the Phantom, she and the Hex Girls write this song together and perform it actually. Number 2 on my list, we're getting there, is Terror Time Again, the second song from Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
And it's terror time again. They've got you running through the night.
So this song is when they find the zombies. The zombies are emerging from water and from the ground, and they're chasing the gang around in the night in the swamp in the bayou. It is a bop and a half. My number 1. We have made it, gang, to my number 1 song. And it is On the Case.
You want to see a name in lights? Well, this may be a lucky night, or you might be in for a fright in this haunted place.
So this is actually the opening credit song to Scooby-Doo Stage Fright. This song I feel is so underrated, and whoever wrote it, I'm sure I could find it, and performed it, is just, they need more credit because it is a glorious song. And if you have not heard it, I recommend going and listening to it. And that does it. That is my top 10 Scooby-Doo franchise songs as of right now. Let me know, did any of your favorite songs make it into my list? Let me know what your favorite songs are. You know, give me maybe your top 5 list down in the comments below. I want to know, what are your favorite jams from Scooby-Doo? So again, like I said, I will be doing a video talking about the Scooby-Doo theme songs. I will rank all of them of my own personal opinion. So if you guys enjoyed this video, you can hit that like button. It's always appreciated. If you're new here, you can press that subscribe button as well, so then you don't miss out on future videos. And I think that's gonna do it for this video. So thank you all for joining, and I'll catch you in my next one. Goodbye!